Yeah.
All right,
We're
sweet.
here. What do you say, fellas?
We're doing good. How are you doing, man?
I am doing excelente, and that means really good in Spanish.
I mean, I'm not good with Spanish at all. So
I thought you were an adopted Hawaiian. I didn't know you had Spanish ties as well.
Well, here's the thing, okay? I've been teaching myself Spanish for a couple of years, and I know a shit ton of words, but I have trouble putting them together. And so I always annoy the shit out of Spanish people when I'm trying to talk with them, and they can understand me if I speak slow. I can understand them if they speak slowly, and they can understand me. But then I get hooked on one.
oh, Rich got a phone call.
That's gonna probably happen all night. You guys?
No, we're here.
Are you on Wi-Fi?
Yes. Yeah, I had to. My laptop's got it. I got
Turn your cellular data off and just stay on Wi-Fi. You shouldn't get any phone calls then.
Okay, you know this is gonna
turn on your do not disturb.
Let's just you know how it goes. Well, we're off to a good start.
No one ever calls me, so I don't know.
We're still getting bacon focused. It's okay.
Yeah,
I'm not fucking with it,
dude. I can't.
I get a call. Sorry.
I can't wait until till the crossover between you and the Smoke and Pop Moms. You guys do one show together, and it's called Baked and Focused. And like, that's what I'm talking about.
Go on.
Tell them to
I
go
know
get
you're
that.
kind of
Tell them to go to GoDaddy right now and get that. Well, it's gone now because this shit's live. So
No, this isn't live. We're recording.
It's like
okay, so we're just recording right now.
Yeah, we're just recording. I can edit that out if I want.
Okay, perfect. Okay, because I got to tell you a story about last night.
Yeah.
And the guy the rep that I talked to from GoDaddy wants to listen to the show right now.
Yeah. Like right
so can
now.
He listen to this if he wants to. He wants to. He said you've got one listener. I talked to the guy for an hour last night.
So he can watch it via YouTube.
Yeah.
I can because it's I can change it to unlisted. Yeah, I can change it to unlisted, and then
links.
Huh?
You can share private links. You just gotta get his email address.
Yeah.
Or we could just do this shit. And
yeah, I mean we can send it to him. It's just I think I just need his email address.
Yeah,
I think.
I've got his email.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, Richie, you got his email. So just if you send him like the first recording, would that be good, or does he want to watch live?
He can watch it.
He wanted to watch live. He said,
That's
I want to tune in, but let me ask you, since we're going to do this shit right anyway, there's going to be a million more of these. So
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, he can watch it though. I mean, I can send him the link if we have a on YouTube. I can send him the YouTube.
Okay, but then I got to go through this shit on my phone to get this email.
Yeah, because it's playing right now on YouTube.
Well, maybe he'll pull it up. God, did you hear that sigh Tone just made?
No.
Like, God, don't give this guy the lug nuts. He's
No.
gonna lose them.
No. I just went to. Oh my God! Sorry.
What? You're not supposed to sound like my dad, Tone. I'm supposed to sound like your dad. Okay?
No. So I just pulled up the YouTube because I was trying to find the link, and so like it's delayed by like 3 seconds, and so like everything I was just saying, then I was hearing back like it was like this.
Okay, well stop spelling YouTube YOUPORN.
Oh yeah. yeah, that's a different sound.
Little thing I do.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, I had the most interesting conversation. Okay, so I went ahead and got the domain name squared away for you guys for Iron Ostrich, right?
Yeah.
It's actually in my name, but we're in the process of transferring it over to you guys. My first contribution to the network is $13.12.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that, bro.
Yeah, sound effects. Sound effects, baby. Let's go.
So I get on the phone because I want to finish transferring, Iron Ostrich to you guys. Get on the phone with the customer service guy for GoDaddy. Now, first of all, I got to tell you this: they have the best customer service. And I'm not saying that to butter the biscuit. I'm not saying that to no reason to say that. But every time I call, they're cool, they're knowledgeable, they're helpful, they're friendly, and they're real. They're not just like, okay, sir, they're really cool. So I start talking to the dude, and he looks at my account, and he goes, man, you got a lot of domain names. I'm like, yeah, every time I get a good idea, I just save it. I go, how many do I have? He goes, 24.
Damn.
That's not counting all the ones that I've let expire.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you what we're trying to do. He goes, Iron Ostrich. I like that name. And I said, yeah, we're doing. So I said, I met you guys. We're doing this thing together. And he's like, Bacon Focus. I go, yeah. I explained Bacon Focus to him. He's cracking up. He's like, what's Dick Camaro? And I go, oh, DickCamaro.com. So I'm like, well, that's a dude, that's an alter ego I came up with. This guy who's a philosopher, a very spiritual person, but he's a cornhole coach. And he has you stand in front of him and throw the cornhole bag. And then he goes, okay, now tell me why you hate your mama. Like he looks at his kid, and the dude's dying. Okay, we're just going to call him Jay. Okay, we'll call him Jay. Jay from letter J from GoDaddy.
Jay from Daddy. Jay from GoDaddy.
So Dick Camaro is his only kryptonite is left-handed cornhole throwers. He just can't deal with them. He can't help them.
I'm fucked.
But he's helped a lot of people through the years. Dick Camaro has, and he's like, what's this one here? And I'm like, oh, that's that one I came up with on blah 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 blah. So he goes, well, you've got this one gonna expire here pretty soon. Why don't you you don't have to let it expire. You can sell it. I went, what? He goes, yeah, you can sell these domain names. I knew they kind of, but never thought about it. I go, well, I'm not going to use it anymore. What can I even ask for? And he goes, hold on. There's like a measuring thing to tell how much these domain names go for. He goes, $1,400. And I'm like, what?
Cool.
14.
Damn.
Bitch, you had me at $150 on any day of the week. So I'm like, oh yeah, sold, and he goes, well, there's that's some market price, and then the whatever, it might be $600 or $700, $800 you get. But again,
$150.
I opened up a whole new world, and I was on the phone with him almost an hour. And then he's like, oh, do you know about the last podcast on the left or something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I said, never heard of it. He goes, man, I've been listening to that. It's really good, blah, blah, blah. And we just had this long talk and everything. And then he sent me the stuff for you guys stuff. But he was like, and then, my Twitter one, the Twitter documentary I'm working on, he was like, bro, those are huge. He goes, hang on to those. He goes, they're going to be, and so, man, it was a great thing. We had a great time. And so I learned a lot about all the shit I'm going to dump.
Yeah.
And,
how much is the Iron Ostrich worth?
$13. 12 cents.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. Give it 5 years, it'll be worth 15. So
Is it like a stock though? Like the more times it's transacted, the higher the price goes up? Because so far, one transaction within 48 hours, we should be booming.
Dude, we got one listener. I mean, he can't probably not listen right now, but we got one listener.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a fan.
Well, I mean, Richie, I don't want to toot our own horn, but we did have a podcast that charted inside of the top 200 on the hobbies chart. So, whose show is it anyway? First episode charted inside the top 200.
A lot of not getting laid there.
I mean, a lot of hobbies.
It'd be all Trash Man and Marco, and
of course it is.
There.
By the way, also, your topic was the one that got chosen for episode 3. So Tyler up here
That's me.
and Trash Man are going to talk about telephone etiquette.
Oh, good. Swear to God, that's such a big deal. And the thing is, I'm not trying to get into it.
Yeah.
But I think when we talked about it, it's the same thing with telephone etiquette. Is the same as the barking dog problem next door.
Yeah.
When you got a dog that won't shut up next door, and you say something, you're in the same paradigm that you're in with the phone thing. Because I can't do anything about it from my yard.
Yeah.
if I could, I'd put a dog collar on him. I'd crank it up to 10, and we wouldn't have a problem. But I can't. Just like with somebody else's phone. They're
Well,
like,
you might, you might have a problem with PETA. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. But anyway. But no, you can. I mean, it's safe and reliable. And I don't get it. And then I talked to this lady down in Texas when I was bitching about a dog problem I had with another neighbor. And she said that line to me about, does that cross you're on a Tempur-Pedic? Because it looks pretty comfortable. She was like, you're the one not dealing with it. You're not dealing with realistic expectations of other people. I said, but I wouldn't do that to them. She says, it doesn't fucking matter. That's life. And I'm like,
yeah, that's
be good to people all over.
Once you accept people suck, expectations are actually set pretty realistically.
By the way, I want to say that I did a good deed today for a stranger, so I don't suck as a person.
What was it?
Whoa.
All right, so I can't say where I work, but I work for a company where I vend a product. So I was getting back in my truck. Today I happen to be in a really old bread truck, which is nothing but windows and metal, basically. Okay. So anyone can see and basically see everything. So this dude starts to mosey on over to my truck, and I'm like, well, there's nothing else over this part of the parking lot, so he's definitely coming over to try to talk to me. Didn't look homeless or anything, just a tatted up guy. Had it's freezing cold, so he had like a Carhartt work jacket on or something like that. And he kind of waves at me. And so I roll down the window, and he's like, this is going to be really weird. But is there any way if I give you $100 and $5 service fee, basically, if you could send $100 via Cash App to my wife in Texas? She's stuck in the storm trying to get back. She doesn't have any of her cards.
Oh man. And
I can't get this $100 bill onto this card, right? That's a Cash App card or whatever. I had bad luck. So I was like, well, fuck. But I was like, I just came out of a store that I vended to where I knew they had pens or whatever to check authenticity of bills, right? So I was like, if you don't mind, we can go inside and can I check the $100 bill and I'll do it and he was like, yeah, no problem, not a problem at all. So he gave me this $100 bill.
That's it.
So, and it's legit, and gave me a $5 for service fee. Stupid, but so I sent his wife $100 bill on Cash App to help him out because he couldn't get it over there. So, and then he started telling me all about silver and how Elon Musk is going to buy 10 years worth of silver and turn Tesla into a car shuttle service basically and not stop selling Teslas in a couple of years, and how he's going to get 2 Neuralinks when they come out. And the conversation got real weird afterward, but legit guy. He also offered to do free tats on me. So
no shit. So this guy came up and you sent his wife, who's stuck in a snowstorm, $100 and took the $5, you prick.
Yeah.
And had to get the $5.
I gotta do something.
Try to give it back.
You gotta do something cool with that $5.
I know, right?
What are we gonna spend?
Maybe put it towards a tattoo.
I mean, well, I'm just gonna be probably tatted up. He said he was gonna do 3-4 hours of work on me for free. I got his number. I was like, sweet. And on top of that, I still have from last Father's Day. My kids were like, "Hey, Dad, we know you want to get a sleeve tattoo." I already have tattoos, but they gave me a $200 thing. So I'm like, I have I'm just gonna be tatted up. I might go on my neck. I might get a bacon right here on my neck.
Like it. That $5's got to go in the tip jar because you're going to hook him up with a tip when he.
Well, the crazy part about the $5, right? Okay, so then I go 2 stores later, and there's
that was counterfeit.
And no, there's a homeless man. That would have been fucking hilarious if the $5 was counterfeit. There's a homeless man outside the store, right? Got a sign, anything helps, whatever. So I try to give him the $5 bill, right?
All right.
But he was like, "Hey man, I don't have a license on me. Is there any way you can buy me beer instead?" And I was like, "Well, fuck that shit, man. I'm not buying you beer." I was like, "I just tried to give you $5 and you didn't want it." So I got a homeless man refused my $5
in this kind of weather.
Yeah.
What a dickhead.
So weird. So I did a good deed, and then I tried to do another good deed, and that one got me nowhere. So.
When you find out that this tattoo is a temporary one a few days later,
I mean, It might be a,
He gets a full neck tattoo. It's that henna.
dude. How funny would it be if it was like prison tats though? He like just pulls out like he's like,
oh, a shampoo cap. Oh my god.
And when it washes off with Head and Shoulders, you're really
You know, if he's dealing with a big pen, you got issues, Tony.
By the way, speaking of a Bic pen, I have a tattoo from a Bic pen. So
no shit.
yeah,
So
right.
next episode.
It's like I actually have a face tat. Like you have to look real. You have to look real close to see. I can't remember what side it's on, and I'm also looking at myself reversed. I think.
Also, you're the producer. You can't magnify it for our asses.
Yeah, but a girl in 4th grade was being kind of a asshole to me, and I turned around and asked her. I was like, "Hey, can I borrow a pen?" And she goes, "Here's one." Wham! And stabbed her right in my face, and I have a blue ink mark on my face.
Where did you go to school?
This is in Omaha, Nebraska. This is in
I stabbed Scott Saunders in 8th grade in the leg with a pencil and broke it off, and he still got a pencil lead in there. Hey, Scott, you're out there, bro. Sorry, it was a long time ago. Next time
You're so
hand
old.
over the answers to the quiz, and we'll be cool. You know?
It was actually lead back then. You're so old, right?
Yeah.
We grew up in the graphite generation. But
graphite generation.
Yeah.
We did. You know, it's funny. We definitely grew up in the graphite generation, and we still ask kids for lead, though.
Well,
true.
dumb kids call it lead. Smart kids call it graphite.
Yeah, so
It's still lead.
Tanner's a fucking smart kid, so
Yeah, you can tell he's already like cranking out websites and all this other stuff.
Shit,
And
yeah.
I hooked up the smoking mom, 2 pot smoking moms with Peter Swans, this local comedian who's a doctor, like an herbal natural doctor, and
yeah,
is into all that kind of cool shit. It's gonna be great.
dude.
Plus, he's
that
the
sounds-
hottest comic in Kentucky. He's built like a brick shit house. I mean, the dude's like every time we work together, the girls are like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "Yeah, not
is
me."
he a tobacco farmer?
and
That's
then
how you get built like a brick shit house.
and then Rich is like, go Google me. I have shirtless pictures of myself on.
That's right. Well, I've actually photoshopped his body on my face. You know, so it's not working out good, man. It's not working out. So it's Tanner. How's the snow up there? Kind of like the Republicans, white.
We're not bad. We got a little dusting last night, a couple inches, but I bet you snowpack on my front yard's like 1.5 feet, 2 feet. So nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
But we're coming out of this cold snap. We had like 7 to 10 days of it didn't get above 0, and we had a few days where it was like lows at -40. That sucks. No one is built for that weather. You know what I mean? It's just uncomfortable. But I still grilled. I still broke in my new grill.
You're
There's
that
no
dude
way
that
I
wears
was.
shorts in the snow, aren't you?
Not anymore.
Is that you?
In high school and college, I was that guy. But I've become kind of a pussy to the cold. I'm not gonna lie.
I tried to wear shorts. My wife was like, "You're an idiot. Don't do it." 10-minute frostbite, and I was like, "All right, I'm fine."
Boy, that's a first.
Yeah.
My wife.
Yeah, dude, it's wild though because I the last 2 days is the first 2 days I've worn pants in probably like 2 years. It's always shorts.
That's cool.
Damn,
So,
I didn't know that.
So check it, man. All this cool stuff's happening at the very same time right now. I told you about the Axe guy that we filmed.
Yep.
Yeah.
For Food Drinks People.
That sounds awesome.
Dude, okay, so I was talking about this with the domain guy last night. He's like, "Oh, Food Drinks People, what's that about?" It's like, well, it's the thing I wanted to do. I walk around and interview really interesting people about food, drinks, and people. And so we found this Axe guy, and he's on Vintage Axe Works on Instagram. That's how I found him. We went and did it because I told you guys that. But I've already found 2 other places, and then a guy in Maui to go to his place and work on that. I mean, like, I think that's going to be, and we can tie all this stuff in together, but dude, I can't wait to talk to interesting people. I can't wait and just film it and make little mini documentaries that aren't super long and they're really simple and show what they do. And, you know, so I'm going to be videoing almost every day in Hawaii.
That's awesome.
And then of course, as soon as I got off the phone with the domain guy, Jay, shotgunned a beer and tried to buy, what would I try to buy? No, it was, oh God, what was it? It was, Wrong bitch or something like that, like wrongbitch.com or something. Okay. Taken. It's like Forrest Gump on the bus. It's taken. And taken, so that's all I hear when I look at these. They're like, taken, fuck. I feel the same way as Forrest does. And
did you try to get baked and focused yet? No, I'm just kidding.
You might as well do it while you're. Tanner could do that with one hand.
I don't know. I couldn't buy it the first time.
No,
you had to help me.
Here's the deal. There was a Maui comedy festival, but I looked it up and it looks like they haven't done it for a couple of years, and it wasn't real. The site wasn't real cool. And I was talking to one of the guys on out there, and he said, there's just not much going on in Maui. They don't have a comedy club, and it doesn't look like they have a comedy festival. So I'm going to be staying right near Paia. So I jumped on GoDaddy, PaiaComedyFest.com, own it. So why not just go there and go, hey, let's see if in a month I can start a comedy festival. All you need is one sign and a bunch of comics, and there's year one, I know there's a shit ton more to it, but why not throw a rock at that,
Do you know of any Hawaiian comics?
Yeah, I know a few, handful.
Okay. Are they on Maui or Big Island, or where are they at?
Maui.
Okay.
I met like 10 of them.
Oh, shit.
But they have stars coming through there all the time. They have the biggest Oprah and people like that have homes there. So there's, it's not like I'm going to walk out and snag some dude and I got one sign in Paia behind the, coffee shop and we're going to do whatever. But if they don't have it, and this, we're going to open up with the pandemic, this could, who knows? You might, fuck. And think about that. If you could do that and make that part of what you do, then when I go there for a few months a year, I've got work to do. Because I don't like just laying around on a beach, dude. I got to have something to do. So
that
would it
makes
be cool
sense.
if we're the first? You'd be the first people that know about the Paia Comedy Festival. I don't know. This thing started with a couple of dudes, right?
That's
literally.
So what do you guys think? Yes, no, don't throw a rock at it. You need flyers and one sign and a handful of comics that are always working for free anyway.
I say throw multiple rocks at it, man. You could make that work easy.
Yeah, and then you just have to get someone who's halfway decent to run the comedy club or comedy festival really for you.
Marco.
Yeah. And that's what I was thinking too, because I can't do all this stuff and run a comedy festival by myself, but I could get one started.
Yeah, and if you start one, then people will just want to, especially like a destination one. I'm sure people would want to get into that comedy festival, because I think from what I gather, if you say we have High Plains Comedy Festival around here, I think something like that. I think if you get accepted, it's just basically cool. That means you have a couple sets or whatever, but you still have to find your way there, I think, and put yourself up and stuff. So
sure.
Well, it's if I was there and some comic said to me, "Hey, I want to go put a sign up and start a comedy festival. You want to be on it?" I'd go, "Okay." It's kind of a no-brainer. Just do a show and call it that, and then see if it grows. Wouldn't that be cool? Little dirt, little sunshine, little water, bam. Now we've started something. Now we got a reason to go back.
Hell yeah!
Guys are like, "Hey, babe, heading to Paia. Sorry, got to go to the comedy festival because we're recording down there."
Yeah, I'm sure my wife's gonna be super. She'd be like, "Oh, you're gonna leave me home with 3 kids while you go to Maui? That's cool."
I like the sound, but did I stutter?
My wife will be all like, "Can I come?"
Yeah, my wife's definitely coming for sure.
You're gonna be home with the kids.
I know. I'll be like, I guess guys filling this time.
Oh man, so yeah, so we got the food drink people thing that I think we can blend over. I should, it shouldn't be more than a couple of months for me to finish the Bacon Focus book, because I've already got a third of it written.
Nice.
We'll get that set up, get that thing going, and then put the fooddrinkspeople.com and just show where you're traveling and what you're doing.
Did you get that? Do you have that domain? No,
do I?
I figured, but
I just thought of a really good idea for your book. I know you're the merch guy and everything. Little strips of bacon bookmarks that you can buy with the book, or just have it on the inside cover of every book. I'm just saying.
Dude,
how about real bacon bookmarks?
Well, okay, even better. But
But that one wouldn't last very long.
Logistics.
There you go.
No, but that would be cool. And then put your like name and stuff on the back, and then when people will just use it for their other books, and then it will just constantly be in their books.
Dude, do you think real books are going to go out of style? Because they're
No. Because worst case scenario, someone's gonna buy them. Someone's gonna need a cool back thing to like have like a little bookshelf back here. You know,
Oh,
I don't think that's what's going to resurrect the book industry. There's a market for hardcover books, I think, or a hardback or paperback.
It's like vinyl. It's like vinyl records. I own vinyl records. That shit's so out of style. But you know, it's cool though. Vinyl records now come with these little cards that are digital downloads. So you made a book. You could sell a book that has a digital download. Someone can take it to their Kindle or whatever the fuck you read on. I don't know. I don't know how to read. And then so they can take it with them in their phone or whatever, or they could read it, pick it up in the book.
Yeah, and that's the way it's going to go. I mean, I'm going to put the downloadable thing in there first, and then have the other one available. But I look around at the dudes I hang with, and not many of them really read. I've got a handful of friends that we sit and talk and bullshit about books, and the other ones are like, nah, just don't do it. And I kind of get it, because your phone, you can do anything. Your computer, you can do anything. So
it's crazy. Well, it's crazy because I know a couple other people who have written books, comedians in particular, and they I don't think they make much off their like book on tape. But I'm like, you could also sell that by yourself. Like you could literally sell that. I think it's because you go through like an Amazon or whatever to get noticed. But like if you have a following, you just go direct to consumer.
Yeah,
you make all the money.
Well, I mean, and the thing is too, you can sell them cheap. I mean, if it's a $5-6 download, they're not going to buy. You know, I mean, shit. I think that's so cool.
Yeah,
and so that's I'm super excited about that, because then I can put my other No Excuse Dad book on there, and that's already done. So I'm just transferring that right now to an audio book, and then putting it on Amazon or wherever we decide to put all the stuff in one spot. You know.
Yeah, definitely. So have you started recording that book or no?
No, I have not.
Well, you should get with Tyler. Tyler's the audio engineer. I bet
Tyler.
I used to do voiceover work with a bunch of people, and that got them noticed. Like,
mostly porn voiceover work though.
Are you you're that European guy in the old 70s vintage one? He's like, whoa. We're good. Same page of the audiobook.
I don't earn a lot of money from it, but I do get a check once every quarter.
Yeah, there you go. You can help me get that going. But I thought about this too. I don't think I got the voice for it.
No, you definitely want to read your own book.
You want to read your own book, because that's what definitely sells. Because like, especially you can read your own book and go off on little tangents and stuff that really adds value to it. That's not inherently in a book.
Right.
Yeah. Because
I don't know. Yeah.
Because when I buy a book and it's like written by somebody, but because I listen to a book on tape and it's somebody else reading it, I'm like, fuck that. And then I usually don't finish them.
Yeah. I just got Sam Tallent's book. You know him?
The name sounds familiar. I don't know why though.
I've never met him. He's a really funny comedian, but he's got I literally just started it. I don't even know enough about it to tell you about it. But
he sounds familiar. What would we know him from?
It's Sam, just stand-up comedy, and then what's it called? Into the light. Running the Light. It's called Running the Light. And all the other comedians are going bananas on it and say it's really authentic and cool. So that's the good thing I'm working on right now.
That's way cool.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that name sounds familiar, but
what does a normal day look like? If I just asked you to describe me a Tuesday, wake up to go to sleep, what's that look like for you? Is this the hardest question you've ever been asked? It looks like I just asked you to explain to me the Mongolian language.
I couldn't tell you what. I can't, because whatever I get up and I think I'm going to do, unless I have somewhere I have to be or something I really have to do, I'm going to pick and choose between. I mean, I got the floor up in the kitchen right now, and we're replacing the epoxy floor. But while I was looking for the tools to do that, I was cleaning out the closet in the hallway, and I'm like, hey, I got all these old tiles and all these old pieces of ceramic, and I'm going to take a piece of wood that I cut wrong and make a tabletop. Because in my head, I'm going to clean out the freaking, I'll get this stuff out of here. So now I've got it all put together. I just need to grout the top of it, and but the closet is cleaned out.
Heck yeah!
And now I've only got 12 days before I go to Maui. So I can't. I'm not going to do the floor because I'm going to wait till the weather warms up, because you don't want freezing cold temps when you put your epoxy down. But
Right.
dude, I don't know. I've got so many irons in the fire. The good thing is I can pick and choose which ones I want to work on. But if I got to do one thing the whole time, I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I didn't know if you like dedicated early mornings to like meditation or content creation or video. I don't know how you work. I never actually met you. I just talk to you every day.
Dude, him and Marnie, man. You see that fucking Woodbridge right there?
Wow.
Go
By the way, Woodbridge.com's taken. I checked it last night. Like, this is a great idea.
By the way, side note, Woodbridge I used to distribute Woodbridge when I worked in the wine business.
I used to serve Woodbridge when I worked at a country club.
Heck yeah, man.
I've never heard of Woodbridge until I did a podcast.
Dude.
I've thrown up Woodbridge multiple times.
I crashed my truck into a Woodbridge.
and
My
then
folks are from the sticks, poured it out in the cut.
And then he repaired it with his bare hands.
Hey,
Shit he had in the closet.
and
Dude,
I was drinking
that's
barefoot wine when I hit the bridge. That's Irish, buddy. That's crazy.
That's by the way, that's a good book name. You should write that book. Shit I have in the closet.
I know the other day I opened my closet door. 3 of my friends ran out. It was great.
Oh
So,
shit.
Yeah, so that's a good thing. And let me tell you something. The whole thing about the Bacon Focus is all the little failures and successes of trying to get my shit together. And it's an ongoing thing. We're always transitioning. We're always working at it. And I think that's where so much of our anxiety and stress comes from. But it's also where so many of the joys come from, all the random shit. I'm constantly open to doing random shit and talking to different people and getting into different stuff. And that's how it goes. So hopefully we can put down a base for this kind of stuff. And I want this book to be something that can help guys get their shit together, because just doing one little thing, I mean, I swear to God, the only thing that's got me through a lot of things, years ago, I read this book called Make It Happen in 10 Minutes a Day. And I read this. Did I tell you guys about that?
No.
Okay, go get this book. It's called Make It Happen in 10 Minutes a Day. This lady, just like us, million things to do, stuff the house, garage, yard, kids, everything. And she's like, man, I was just so overwhelmed by shit I had to do. So she had a flat of daisies or pansies from, like Home Depot or something that she was going to plant. And she set it down by her front door. And a month goes by, they're still in there. So one day she just goes, you know what? I'm going to plant one of these. And she plants one and goes on about her business. And she plants 2. And then she comes back and she goes, okay, I did, there's 8 in there. She's like, fuck, I can do this. I'm already halfway there. And she did it. And then it was that moment she decided to write this book. So now she started taking her clock or her watch or whatever, her phone, and hitting 10 minutes and working on any little project she wanted to. Didn't matter what it was. Now, if you want to keep going once the alarm goes off after 10 minutes, that's gravy. That's extra icing on the cake. But she just chips away at her little things for 10 minutes. I mean, if you just did burpees for 10 minutes and you had a fitness goal, 10 minutes straight of burpees, you
get shredded after a while.
10 minutes of 3 minutes of burpees will kill you.
Wouldn't take you that long, actually.
No, it would. That's 10 minutes. So
yeah.
I went bananas in this thing, started knocking out all this shit, and then flaked off and did, I don't even know where the book is.
Fucking Rich did 8 minutes. You forgot the last 2.
Then I did 25 minutes of burpees, fell down, hit my head. And so, but yeah, so the Bacon Focus things is just kind of, it's not all going to be easy. It's not all going to be, it's just that you can get there from here. Yeah. You can get there from here. We can get there from here. I mean, the possibilities just make me so excited with everything.
I mean, the cool thing about it is, right? Okay, so we legitimately this podcast network. I mean, we're what, 2 weeks into this thing, maybe?
Yeah. Roughly.
And we've already had a top 200 in its category podcast.
Tell me what that means.
Okay, so not that it necessarily means like the world, but basically for each subcategory, which Who Shows It Anyway, which is one of the shows we created for this podcast network, is in the hobbies category, because it seemed like the best place to put it, because it's just got a bunch of random conversation. And if anyone doesn't know what it is, basically two guests get randomly picked, and then everybody else who's in the pot picks a topic, and then that topic gets randomized, and then that's the topic they talk about. So it's a different 2 hosts every week, and then different topic every week. So I put it in the hobbies category because it made the most sense. And that first episode got enough downloads that it was in the top 200 of all of the hobbies podcasts.
Okay, so how many downloads was that? Do you know, or do you want to say? You don't have to say.
I mean, numbers probably aren't the best thing to be given on podcast. But it did a million. It did a million. No,
okay, that's good.
I mean,
that's like almost 100,000.
Yeah, it's like almost million downloads. But the cool thing is that it literally was on the iTunes chart, iTunes top 200 for the hobbies category, and it was only on iTunes for 2 days of the week, because we literally launched it and it wasn't even on iTunes. So,
yep.
So it's pretty cool.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So what are we going to categorize this one under?
I'm not even sure, to be honest with you. I have to go back and check. I set them all up at once, so I didn't even know we were in the hobbies category for Who Shows It Anyway. So
comedy makes sense, Rich, or what?
So getting your shit together is a hobby? That sounds about right.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn sure not a career.
I mean,
because some of these dudes, they got their shit together like a dung beetle, bro, and I do not.
I'll try to pull it up now to see what category we're in.
All dung beetles have great credit. All of them.
All of them. Do they have good credit or no credit?
No, all of them except that one dung beetle. Randy.
Fucking Randy sounds like he has bad credit always.
Randy, he's either working for the mob or he's got great credit.
I was gonna say I don't know. I don't know. I think my Uncle Randy's got real bad credit. But
I know he is, and I don't even know the dude. Uncle Randy, you put Uncle in front of Randy, you gonna have bad credit.
Dude, you know the only thing I learned from my Uncle Randy was
wait, let me guess.
You'll never guess.
Drive with your knees and roll a joint.
Nope. Although he probably did that though. My dad tried to I could tell this random story. So my dad and him are the closest of 9, right? So my grandma had 9 kids. And so my Uncle Randy is the closest to my dad in age. So they were like best friends, basically. So they did this paper route together in Michigan. And they were fucking around. And my Uncle Randy fell into the river and went under the ice. My dad tried to save him, was like, well, fuck it, one less mouth to feed. I can't get him out. Starts riding his bike off to go home, trying to figure out how to tell his mom that Uncle Randy's not around no more. As he goes over the bridge, my Uncle Randy pops out and is like, help! And they pull him out. They beat his clothes off. You know, he gives them some of his layers of clothes. They get home, and they get in trouble for getting home late. But my dad was like, just going to let my Uncle Randy die. So it's, but anyway.
Well, back in those days, you know, they were kind of.
Tone, you do this. You just say these things so nonchalantly, Rich. I love Tone. Like, we are like brothers, but he just says these crazy, random things that he's experienced or people in his life have experienced. Yeah. He just goes, and he just shrugs his shoulders.
It's my life, man.
Like, those aren't even fucking excited once in a while. Damn.
Those aren't even that's not even the weird ones, though.
when your dad was like hurt, he went under the bridge and your dad heard him yell. He probably went.
Probably. I mean,
I'm gonna have to take this soft and wet frozen.
Damn it! I'm gonna be freezing the whole way home, and we're gonna get in trouble.
So they're like best of friends, but they also they fought like cats and dogs. So like my grandma's house when my grandpa passed away when I was like 4, but my grandma lived in the same house that they all grew up in. It's a 2-bedroom house. And they had 9 kids. So that basement held four boys, basically. There was 2 older ones and then 2 younger ones. They were the 2 younger ones. So my grandfather would be like, "Hey, I can hear you guys arguing at night. Stop that shit or else you're going to have some problems." And, they did it a couple nights in a row, whatever. So one night, I guess they got real bad. I guess this might be Rich's era, but like they were having rubber band fights in the dark. And then my dad was like, the only light you had was the furnace light. So like you could kind of see each other, but they'd be shooting each other with rubber bands. So I guess like someone got hit in the eye or something like that and started fist fighting. So my Uncle Randy and my dad were fist fighting, made too much noise. My grandfather comes down. He goes, "I thought I told you kids not to fight anymore." End of story. Pack a bag. This is like 3:00 in the morning. So they pack their bags, whatever. And they're like, "What the hell?" They're both in the same room. They're like, "I don't know." My dad's so stupid. He tells the story. He's like, "I put like 3 shirts in like my baseball glove." And that was
right. That's great. That's great.
So they get in the car and like, he's like, "So I'm in the front seat. Your Uncle Randy's in the back seat." And he's like, "We drive for probably like, it feels like 30 minutes. And we pull up to this house and there's a couple sitting up on the porch." Now this is like 4:00 in the morning. So he's like, Grandpa stops, tells Uncle Randy to get out and go up to the porch. And as Uncle Randy got out of the car, we just went and drove off. And then he's like, we drove for like another 25 minutes. And then he did the same thing to me. And he's like, "Get out." He's like, "I went into a room." He's like, "This couple gave me food. They were nice to me. They didn't really talk to me much. I was there for 4 days." Then his dad came back, and when his dad came back to pick him up, his Uncle Randy was in the back seat. He said, "We never fought again after that."
No shit.
Did the people they were staying with like explain anything? Or?
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
I had a relationship like that with a horse. It's a long story, but that reminds me of my when your parents just snap. And I had 2 older brothers. I have 2 older brothers and an older sister, and all of our cousins were over, and we were grab ass and playing Gotcha Last. Remember Gotcha Last?
Yeah.
Gotcha Last. And I mean, this went on and on and on and on. They finally sent us up to bed. The dad's already the shortest fuse ever because of us acting like jackasses. And so we're all upstairs in the same room. All the cousins and us were in the same room. And of course we're up there, "Gotcha Last, Gotcha Last, Gotcha Last," and fucking we hear those steps. We hear them coming up the steps. When your dad's coming up the steps, the sound tells you the level of how bad you're going to get your ass kicked, right? There's dun, 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 and then there's just Speedy Gonzalez coming up the steps. I'm like, "Oh shit, we're dead." Everybody's diving for cover. Dad runs in there, comes in there, just starts grabbing kids, beating the shit out of all the kids. A couple of kids that weren't even know. Like one of them was a neighbor kid.
He's like,
beat her
he's
ass.
like the ultimate warrior, clearing the ring.
Everybody's ass. We're just ducking and diving. He runs out the door. He goes, "All right, shut the hell up, man!" And boom, and he slams the door. We're just like, and then all of a sudden the door opens, the light clicks on. He goes, "By the way, Gotcha Last." And fucking turns around and looks. We're just like, that was the coolest, worst thing that ever happened to us.
Oh, shit. Rich, would you say that your dad is where you got your comedy from?
No, my mom. No, I told you. Plus, I got a cousin named Richie who's funnier than I am.
Really?
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I'm gonna have him on here soon.
That'll be awesome.
Oh,
I love
it's you ain't seen nothing yet, buddy. It's I do. So anyway.
That is great. That is great though. Like when you get that last one, because like I was just about to say, like I'm the stubborn kid. Like my mom was like, one time we were driving and I was being an asshole kid. I was like probably like 14 or some shit like that. We were like clearly like 17 miles from home. My mom goes, "If you don't like it, you can get the fuck out of the car and walk home." And I was like, "All right." And I was like, psh. And I walk in. My mom pulls up to me like 3 miles later. "Get in the fucking car." "No, you told me to walk home." And I walked all the way home. So when your dad came in, I was like, man, when he left, I would have been like, "Gotcha Last." And then he would have came in and beat my ass again.
Oh, okay. But my dad was tricky too. So when we lived in Chicago, I ran away from home in 4th grade. Okay. And I put I made one of those. I took a broken broomstick and took a bandana like a hobo and put 2 sandwiches. I was going for dramatic effect as a kid, running away from home. I'm like, and it was playing that Peanuts, that Charlie Brown. No, no, what's that song? Da-na-na, da-na, da-na-na. When you're walking, what's that song? Was that Peanuts?
The Peanuts galloping song or whatever?
No, not the cool one, the sad one. They play it on Arrested Development when anybody's sad and they walk real slow.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Can't think of the name of it, but
I think it's Peanuts anyway. So, I'm dressed like a hobo hiking down a thing. I'm maybe a mile away. And Dad pulls up, son, get in the car. He was in a 68 Cutlass. I'm like, no. Life on the road for me. I think I was listening to Roger Miller's. Anyway, I wasn't doing everything right. So I'm walking. He's like, get in the car. No, get in the car. No, I'm not getting in the car. So this goes on and on. He's riding along next to me while I'm walking. Because you're loving it.
You're getting
like
attention.
The girl that's walking down the road. You're going, get in the car, Lisa. Get in the car. They love it. Check getinthecar.com. Anyway, so I'm
Getinthecar.com is definitely probably right next to the YouPorn that you.
I might get out of the car. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Dude, I'm going. This is. I tell you what. This is my new. GoDaddy's my new YouTube, dude.
Just so you're wondering, getinthecar.com is $5,000 a year.
Jesus.
Yeah. And the dude that owns it is either in jail or a billionaire. Okay. And so finally he goes, okay, all right, well, so you're not gonna get in the car? No. He goes, so where are you heading? And I'm in 4th grade. I don't know where the fuck anything is. I go, Arlington Heights, and he goes, well, okay, if it's your decision, I'll let you make it. You need a ride? And I go, okay. And jump in the car. And he goes, fucking Huey. Turns it around, takes me home. Life on the open road.
Fucking he hitchhiked back home.
Oh, yeah, he took me home. I was over it in an hour. I was watching cartoons and eating my sandwiches.
Dude, I think
I'll stay here for a day or two, maybe.
I think that's definitely why. So my mom had a stroke when I was I don't know, it's probably 26 maybe. So maybe 10 years ago.
Your mom's
and I'm pretty
26? God damn.
No, when I was 26. Shit.
Oh, okay.
No, but I legitimately think me and my brother definitely led her down that path. My brother put my head through a glass window, and then 30 minutes later we were playing PlayStation. And my mom's just chain smoking in the front room. What the fuck's wrong?
My mom was always chain smoking in the front room. She smoked Kent cigarettes. Remember Kent cigarettes?
No. What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Check out onabudgetforsmokes.com. Okay?
Rusty's Smoke Hut.
Yeah, right. And so we had and I had 2 older brothers that were 6 and 7 years older than me that just had no mercy. The only reason I was good at basketball because I was playing 2 dudes that were 6 and 7 years older on the daily. So I developed a hook shot that was so good. It just went in every time. And so because the only thing you can do when they're that big,
Yeah.
But anyway, we're playing basketball in the driveway, and this was in Chicago, and we had the basketball goal was on the top of the roof by the gutter over the driveway, so it was on top of the roof, and the basketball would go in there and get stuck behind the goal. Okay, so they'd go, Richie, run upstairs, climb out on the roof, throw the ball down. So I used to just throw the ball down and run back through the house. And so one day my brother goes, hey man, jump, I'll catch you.
Oh God.
Of course, this is the best thing ever happened to me. I'm like, hell yeah, So I go I just do a butt drop, I just jump off and butt drop, and he catches me. I'm like, oh my God, that's the greatest thing ever. We go back to playing basketball. Ball gets stuck up there again. I go running right up there. He's like, all right, man, come on, jump. I'll catch it. And I'm like, man, this time I'm so jacked up. I backed all the way up against the house. I did a Superman run, and I dove like this, straight out. And I'm coming down like this. I'm looking at my brother. He's looking at me with his arms out, and he goes, "Olay!" and steps to the side like a bullfighter.
Oh no!
I belly flopped off the roof into the yard. And can I tell you something? When you jump off the roof like Superman, putting your arms out doesn't do shit. My face slammed into that thing, like, I mean, bro. And my older brother Dave, when he remembers, he's like, dude, you bounced 5 feet off the ground. It was like boom, like that. So immediately, let me tell you something. You've never had the wind knocked out of you like this.
Oh, I don't know. I have.
Oh, dude,
I mean,
unless you've been hit by a car, which we'll get to that later.
it's possible,
Dude. And of course, now as soon as I am able to stand up, what do you think I'm doing?
Playing basketball.
No, I'm running for my mom.
Oh.
Now, as I'm running in the house to mom, what do you think my older brother's doing?
Trying to tackle you.
Trying to tackle me. He fucking tackles me. I got no wind. He's like, no. I remember when I pulled the door open, he goes, "We can work it out." I'm gonna run away from home. My mom beat my brother. The whole neighborhood watched. She sold tickets. He got the ass kicking of his life.
Sold tickets.
She ripped a leg off an end table and just whooped his ass with it. Okay, that's a little embellished, but he got the shit beat out of him. It was so, and I went like, "Kill him, mom! Kick his ass!" It was so bad. And then an hour later, we're out there playing basketball again, like I didn't just die.
That's how a kid's life is, man.
That's childhood, dude.
Dude, I did knock the wind out of myself one time real bad. So I literally I can't remember the actual term for it, but I went to the doctor. So like I literally, the cartilage between your ribs?
Yeah.
So you can't break those, but you can something to them, and then they swell up and they push your ribs apart, and it's really painful.
No, I've had separated ribs. They separate.
Oh, it sucks so bad. So
yeah,
I've never done a backflip before in my entire life. And I was like, you know what's fucking awesome? I'm gonna get. So we got real drunk. Me and my brother-in-law at the time, and we were on the trampoline. And he was like, you just gotta throw yourself backwards. And I was like, I'm so fucking wasted right now. I'm gonna break my neck.
How old are you?
Me?
In this story,
this was like a year and a half ago.
I knew this was not a childhood.
This is like a year and a half. So it's funny. I think it was it had to be like 3 years ago because it was at the old house. So middle of the night, we're like just having fun. I'm like blasted drunk, like so drunk that I was like, oh, you know what? I have a theory that clear bottles break easier than dark bottles. And so like we're breaking them, and then I tried to break one on my head, and that didn't work out. And just the whole thing. So we're that wasted. So he's like, just throw yourself back. You'll land it. Boom. Landed it perfectly. Hammered drunk, land a backflip. Do like 60 more of them. I'm like, this is great. The next day, my brother calls, right? My brother's like, hey, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. We get on video, whatever. I'm like, dude, I did a backflip on the trampoline. He's like, no way. He's like, show me. I go to do it. Oh, fucking flat on my probably the upper back right here, and then my entire body went right on top of it, separated every single rib. I was like, I couldn't breathe for like 5 minutes.
Oh, it's the worst.
It's the scariest shit ever. I was like, I'm not paralyzed while I'm walking around. I'm like,
wow.
Yeah,
man. That's the worst thing about the ribs is when you got broken ribs, which I've had a couple times, but is if you have to sneeze.
Yeah,
it's the most painful thing in the world, and oh god, it's terrible. Yeah, I was hell on wheels back then. We were all doing dumb shit. Every boy was doing dumb shit like that, right?
I mean, I did, but I'm a little older than these two, so Tanner's like 12.
I had plenty of my dumb shit. Yeah.
Did you guys have dirt bikes growing up?
No, thank God. I probably would have.
No. Oh. My parents would have literally killed me before I killed myself if I had one of them.
I think my parents let me have one to get rid of me. I do. I got.
We gotta thin the herd.
Bike, and then
if you died, it was like, okay, we're content with this.
Well, he never made me wear a helmet.
He had a good one.
Like,
you say maybe wear a helmet?
No, didn't. Didn't encourage the helmet wearing. Just go have fun, buddy.
Be back before dark.
No way this one's gonna die. There's no way. And then one time I was riding my bike on. I was at my buddy Eddie Ballard's house, and it was on the sidewalk on Hopkins Road. This is in Virginia, and we're taking turns. You know, my bros are hanging out there, and we're taking turns riding way up the sidewalk and riding it down the sidewalk, riding up the sidewalk, riding down the sidewalk. So I'm way up on the sidewalk, and I turn around. I'm coming back down, and I see him. There's 2 bushes by the edge of his yard, and then the edge of a regular size yard all the way to his driveway that's going this way. Okay, I'm on the sidewalk, and I see I'm going at a pretty good clip, but I see him jump out and he starts going like this, and I just thought he was messing with me for some reason. I was like, he's fucking with me, man. All right, and I'm like, so I fucking just lean into it. I got it in 5th gear. It's going as fast as it can go. It's like going down the thing. I get between those 2 things, and the Avon lady backs out in her car. And I go, bam! I hit the side of her car, smash into the side of her car, flip over hit the sidewalk on the other side. Immediately, this is what little punk I was. I run around, grab my bike, try to get it started because it cut off. And she nabs me. I got apprehended by an Avon lady. I was 12.
Dude, you kind of deserved it.
I mean, shaking the back of my neck like, you little son of a bitch. You know, a big ass dent in her car. I'm all, fuck, man. And so all I cared about in the world was dirt bike and motocross. It's all I ever wanted. My entire walls were all covered with like Roger DeCoster and Bob Hanna and all these great riders. And it's all I ever wanted to do.
Sounds like you should have had like an Evel Knievel poster. Shit.
Oh, dude, yeah. So this chick drags me in by my neck into their house, and now I got to call my parents. And she
made you call your parents from her house.
She dragged me in and said, "Now let's call your parents."
Jesus.
And I call my mom. Mom calls dad at work. My dad, who worked for Reynolds Metals for 46 years and had 8 sick days, comes home from work. I'm a dead man. It's over. And he comes home and he charges in the house, whips my ass and says, "Bike gone. No more motorcycles for you." That was $680. And this is when I was this is 40 something years ago.
Jesus.
$600 of damage to the Avon lady. She had a Ford LTD, and I'll never forget that back quarter panel. Ooh. Anyway, so he's gonna sell it, and I know he's for real. He's got my old man never. No, if he said it,
it was happening.
Put it in the bank.
It's gospel.
Yeah. So I'm upstairs, bawling my head off to my sister. I'm crying on my sister Joe. I'm like, "You can't sell my bike." Jules going to work for me like a LA lawyer, trying to talk mom and dad. She's like, "You know what? Negotiations right now. We're just in a holding pattern. I think there's a place for me." Like, she went to bat for me so fucking hard, man. And I'm like, "It's not God. It's God." Oh God, I was so wrecked.
Like
so I'm not allowed to ride the bike. Dad has put an ad in the paper to sell. It was a Suzuki TM 75. It was a predecessor to the RM series. So it was a TM, had a downpipe exhaust, didn't even have an uppipe, like they do now. And so I'm a wreck. I mean, they're gonna sell. This is all I care about. And so I come home one day after Dad had gotten off work. There's a weird car in the driveway. There's some kid and his dad in the garage looking at my bike to buy it, like a potential owner. I'm
Did he lock up?
Get back in the house. I'm like, "Dad, don't sell my bike. Get back in the house." And I start causing this big ruckus. And they're like, maybe we should go, no. I'm like, don't. I'm just losing my shit. And so the people are like, maybe we're out here. And so they leave. He comes back in, grabs me by the arm. He's like, "Wait, I'm sorry, I'm just like, I just don't." I mean, worst day of my life thus far. And so, so now I'm like, man, I got to do something. So I start sabotaging the bike. I put pieces of dirt in the carburetor. I scratched it up. I loosened the chain up real bad. I took one of the nuts almost off one of the shocks, I'm like, yeah, that'll do it. I'm fucking up my own shit. So then another guy comes by and look at it with his kid, and they're like, man, jerky, a little jerky. And I'm like, it sucks. I'm yelling out the window. He's like, what are you doing? You can't go. So he can't sell the fucking thing. So, so time goes by. I don't know. I don't remember the little gap in there, but time's going by. And he, let me see, yeah, that's what it was. When he was at work, I would tighten the shit back up on it and go ride it, right? Without him knowing about it. And I mean, this is like, play Love Story music. Cause I'm like, I mean, that was that. Cause it was like being free. You go from just being a kid, a fucked up kid, you go from having a motorcycle. It's like being able to fly, dude. I went anywhere and everywhere. It was total freedom for me. And so, so a little time goes by and I'm thinking he forgot about it or something. I walk into the basement, God damn it. And there's a kid. This time he's sitting on my bike. Ooh. Pretty little blonde-haired kid like Tanner, and his dad standing next to him. Okay? And the guy was a dude a scientist or an engineer that my dad worked with at Reynolds Metals Company. His name was Gordon Fox.
That's a fake name. That's a fake name. That's not real.
Porn
That's
name.
A Batman character name.
I don't know. Used to be my dance name, but I don't know. So, and the kid's going, and it's idling, it's running. And he's like, no, this is the one I want, Dad. This is the one I want. Yeah, let's get this one. Let's get this one. And I'm like, and dude, I just tightened all the shit back up on it. It's running great. It's looking great. They're about to strike a deal. The phone rings. Okay? Phone rings. Dad goes to get the phone. Mom calls down for Dad. You got a phone call. Okay? Probably another guy for the bike. And I'm watching. Oh God! I watched this kid drive out the garage and up the driveway on my bike. I mean, it's just. And I look at the guy and I go, "You remember in Blues Brothers in the tunnel?" I'm like, "Please don't buy my bike. Please don't buy my bike. I screwed up. I didn't be able. It's coming at me too." And she grabbed me by and grabbed and squeezed and hurt my neck. And I can't. I'm just losing my shit with this dude. And the guy, he puts his hand on my shoulder. He goes, son, you know what? Don't worry. We got a lot of other bikes to look at. And he winked at me. And I'm like, I mean, I was still just tripping.
Yeah. And
so the kid comes back in. I swear I've never wanted to beat the shit out of somebody worse than this kid, not even know him. So he pulls back and he's like, Dad, that's the one I want. Let's get this one. Let's get this one, man. Road great, drove great. And he's like, he goes, you know what? Let's go look at that other one first. The guy's like, but I want this one. So this kid's melting down. He's flipping out on his dad. And, he hauls the kid off, like looking over his shoulder with a little smile at me.
Oh.
Dad comes down. He's like, what the fuck? Gordon, where are you going? He's like, oh, Merle's great, but we got another one to look at and all this stuff. And he's like, fucking, anyway, so I'm still just an emotional wreck. I cannot explain to you how much my dirt bike meant to me. I cannot. I mean, I can hear the sound of it right now. I can know the smell of it, the feel of it, everything. And so turns out Dad finally cools off. Doesn't sell a bike.
Dang.
I'm back in the saddle again. He even said you might want to wear a helmet. That was pretty, we're good.
Well, he figured you were going to hit another Avon lady's car.
So as it turns out, that kid is Gordy Fox, Gordon's son, and they did buy him another bike, and we ended up riding motocross all the time together. He was my riding buddy forever.
Damn.
So me and that kid that was going to get my bike, we're fucking trail buddies.
That's awesome.
It's crazy how things work, man.
I mean, my heart's beating really fast thinking about it. That's how it was. Dude, the shit I tried to jump, it was like I broke a goddamn frame on the thing. I broke a frame jumping off it.
Jumping off stuff? Jesus.
Oh, dude, I had so many dumb. I don't know. I had 3 head-on collisions.
What the
on that bike? 2 with other motorcycles, 1 with another car head-on. And it wasn't. I wasn't going super fast, but it was still. It was bad. I had grill marks on my face. You asked him, what were my parents doing?
Not caring, probably.
I think they did care.
See, I don't think my parents cared. They were just like, whatever.
No, they cared. I'm fucking with you on that point. But everybody, you know, my parents were farm kids growing up, so they didn't. You know, you just let farm kids do whatever they want to do. They just run. Mm-hmm. You don't worry about them. They're like plants. You feed them and water them. They're like crops.
Tanner knows all about that.
Pioneer seed corn, baby. Decal.
The crops, not the kids.
Yep.
Well, I meant, did you grow up on a farm, Tanner?
No, I didn't. I was a dumb one. I looked at the hardworking farmers and was like, damn, I want to work hard like that the rest of my life. So then I don't know. I should have been a computer programmer.
He said, I want to work hard for the rest of my life. That's what
I mean. Literally, that's how. Yeah, that was my path. I don't know. I was stupid.
But I mean, I think that's not. I don't think it's a stupid thing. I think it's a.
I look at all my other friends that are in these computer jobs and desk jobs though, and they can travel every freaking weekend and get 4 weeks vacation and all this shit. And
you don't get vacation?
I do, but I mean, come springtime, dude, it's 100 hours a week minimum, and it ain't passion work like Richie can keep himself busy, you know, all day every day. It's a lot of grunt work, but
hey,
I love it.
Having a real job's a lot of fucking work. Don't act like it's not a lot of work.
Yeah, Tanner.
I wasn't trying to put it down.
Yeah, man, dude. By the way, Richie, so we were we all got a real good laugh at your story. There was a solid, I don't know if you noticed, but there was on your end, but there was like a solid like 2 minutes where you were frozen while you were telling us that story.
That's what your face looked like, and it was too perfect.
Did we still get it though?
Yeah, we got all the audio.
Oh yeah.
But your face was just frozen in shock.
Okay,
it was hilarious.
Okay, usually whenever I'm on the phone with somebody and the phone cuts out for a minute and you don't hear them and then they pop back in.
Yeah.
Or they call back. As soon as they pop in, I always go, and that's why the Jews don't celebrate Christmas. Dude, it's a killer. It's a killer. You can use it. My buddy Jamie gave me the line. I was like, oh, if he said it to me the first time, you get that big break and then just drop it in and it works. It's never not worked.
No, but it was very funny because it was like literally like perfect. Like you could have not timed a better reaction to it. It was fun. It was pretty funny.
I wish I could have seen it.
I know.
I just texted you the screenshot. Don't worry. It should be your profile picture, if I'm being honest. It looks like that is the face you make when you see your first set of titties.
It's okay. Don't look at it on there because I'm about to bring it up on screen. So this is what it looked like. For like 2 minutes straight, I thought you were making the face for the first like 15 seconds, and then I was like, "Oh, he's talking, and he's not moving."
I used to want to be cremated, but now I want to go ahead and get embalmed so I can have that look on my face in the casket. So like, yeah, he didn't know death was coming. He didn't know.
Oh, it was funny though. No, but I mean, I think that do you think those kind of stories like lead to like something in your adulthood that like you taught you a lesson somehow?
Yeah.
Like I mean like because like or like maybe like you get focused on something because like you were focused on that thing not getting sold. I mean, so like did you think that like made you like a anti-salesman, like car salesman, because you were trying to like ingenuity maybe
you can do but that's the thing. What is there's a quote about that, about something like,
oh no,
well, necessity is the mother of invention. We know that necessity is the mother of invention, but that's something you can do anything if you got to do it. if you got to do it, right? I mean, if you really wanted to, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
You know, you can. I mean, and now we can't play in the NBA, but as far as like stuff that you
I can't play in the NBA.
No,
Oh,
you cannot play in the NBA.
I'm still chasing
NFL. I could be a cheerleader, okay, as long as I didn't have to pick anybody up. But anyway, so long story short, there's all kinds of shit you can do, and I'm gonna tell you something. All the little things. It has been a struggle for me. And you know what? It's funny. It's all the stuff has been a struggle for me just to try to keep up with my brain. That's it. And it always has. When I was in 6th grade, I had straight Fs across the board, not one D in 6th grade. And I had to repeat the whole thing over. I mean, what does that say about a child? If your kid, you looked up and in 6th grade, your kid had straight Fs. I couldn't do it. I couldn't keep up. They didn't know what to do with me. My parents didn't know what to do. So having this thing, and I'm just going, and I could not, so that's how it's been. So even in my adult life, like if I've got like the guidelines, I can do all kinds of stuff. But then if I don't have them, the really cool stuff happens. So I'm trying to find a balance. What I'm writing about in Bacon Focus in the book is just any regular guy, whether you think like me or you're a solid dude that can really keep up with your shit. Finding a balance between getting stuff done, enjoying yourself, but actually, challenging yourself to do some little shit. And what I found for me that works is little bits here and there.
Yeah.
And the little bits here and there, buddy, it's no different than every time, if you guys are all in the same place on these podcasts, if you put a buck in the jar, every fucking one you did, it's no effort to do that thing. It's no effort to do 5 burpees. It's no effort to do 10 deep knee bends in the shower, but you can do all those things, or put a little money away here or there. I got a little stash of, I've got a little money stash in my closet of cash that I put away for a trip to go to Buenos Aires with my buddy Dave Bazanis, and we were supposed to go in 2015. And so what I did was I just keep adding money to that when I want to go on a trip. Every time I make money, I put $5 or $10 in there. Now there's like, $10 in there. So
not bad.
There's a bunch of money in there now, and I'm going to take it to Maui with me. And, but all those little things, everybody's got to figure out how they learn on their own time, I think. Right? Don't we? And I don't think everything has to be Montessori. I think some of the best shit we ever learned was from teachers that hated us. I mean, you learn some shit if the teacher doesn't like you.
Yeah,
that's true.
We have to, because
you got to take your lumps, So
yeah, I think that's part of anybody's journey is taking the lumps.
Yeah, I mean,
no one wants to listen to a story where someone just had an easy go. Like,
I got to tell you, buddy, I've never heard one where somebody's brother goes under the ice and they're like, "Well, gotta go home." That's the craziest shit I've heard.
Dude, that's not. Well, I mean, I could do an entire
mouth defeat.
That's like a tame story though. That's like,
oh, I got 450 more of these, and you do too.
I have a lot of them. By the way, the one thing that my Uncle Randy taught me in life was that what the meaning of What's the Frequency, Kenneth, REM song.
Which song?
What's the Frequency, Kenneth?
Yeah.
He told me the backstory of that. That's the only thing he ever taught me in life, by the way.
You ever heard Country Feedback?
No.
You never heard Country Feedback by REM?
Nope. I don't think so. Not that I can remember.
It's on the Out of Time album.
Then I might have. I've listened to that record, but
yeah, it's really good. That's my absolute favorite REM song. I mean, isn't every white kid from that generation's The End of the World as We Know It? That was for a time my favorite song.
I like Night Swimming. That's my favorite song by REM. But
no kidding. You ever heard Thomas Dolby's old stuff?
I have. I'm sure. I'm gonna guess Tanner probably hasn't.
Nope.
No.
Barely. I mean, I know REM, but not many of their songs.
Thomas Dolby was like featured on like every 80s song with a synth.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he the one who did he create Dolby surround sound?
No, he did not.
Okay.
But if I was him and I was at a cocktail party, I would have just taken credit right away.
I was going to say, because we found out the other day, and maybe you didn't know, but I found out while producing another podcast on this network that Billie Jean King, the tennis player, was married to Larry King for like 22 years.
No way.
Yep. Found that out the hard way.
Dead serious. We all learned that. So
she wasn't married to Larry King. I saw the thing on Billie Jean King.
She was married to him for 20 years.
22, I believe.
No,
22.
she wasn't.
You don't listen to.
She had the one diamond glove and went right. We're talking about the same people.
No.
I know Billie Jean. You guys don't act like because I'm old. This is ageism, man. This is bullshit. That's what this is.
Not your lover, though.
Oh my god.
I didn't know
whose show is it anyway.
I saw the movie on Billie Jean King, and then you had Steve Carell playing Bobby Riggs.
Yeah.
Okay, and then she was married to that husband that was accepting of her being gay. You're telling me that was Larry King?
I don't know if that one was Larry King, but she was married to Larry King.
Spouse, Larry King, 1965 to 1987. Look it up.
Oh, shut up, Tanner. Listen, Tone. Tone, listen. So you're telling me the guy in the movie without suspenders was Larry fucking King, the one I got high and saw myself. No, I don't think so. And I was kidding about telling you to shut up, Tanner. I never.
That's hilarious. I did not. By the way, that Larry King, R.I.P. because he's passed away.
He's awesome, dude.
One of the funny. Do you know the comedian Adam Ray? Do you know who Adam Ray is?
I don't.
Okay, so he used to host another podcast with Brad Williams. And then now he has another podcast, but he's in that new Young Rock show. He plays Vince McMahon in the Young Rock show. He on his podcast, which I used to listen to, he was like one time he's like, I was in college, and he's like, I got so high and I went to go see movies because that's what I would just do. I'd just be at the movies. And he's like, when I first moved to LA, I was like, hey, this is cool. He's like, you just see celebrities. He's like, so one time I went out to go get a concession, and he's like, Larry King was there, probably with like his like, I don't know, like one of his kids or his grandkids. I don't know. He's like, I go up to him and I'm like, hey, you're Larry King. And he's like, yep. And he's like, I just stared at him for like 3 minutes because I was high as shit. And he was like, Larry King goes, it's something to like, do you want it? Do you need anything else? And he was like, nope. He's like, I just got interviewed by Larry King. And then just walked.
And that's why the Jews don't celebrate Christmas.
But I just thought it was like, I'm like, that's definitely something you say when you're high. I'm sure.
God, that's crazy. Tanner, look up Dolby.com and see if we can get that.
Yep, I'm on that one.
No, there's an album I used to listen. I don't know why that Thomas Dolby thing popped up, but it's called Astronauts and Heretics, and it's got this song called "I Love You Goodbye" about like killing somebody in a swamp, and the other one's called "Silk Pajamas," and it's real poppy, but it's really good. It's fun to listen to in the shower. You guys listen to music in the shower, right?
No.
Yeah.
I listen to podcasts in the shower.
You listen to podcasts in the shower?
Yeah, man.
How long are you showering?
I mean, usually it's just like it's in my earbuds, and then I'm like, hey, Google, continue that. And then it goes over to Google, and I hop in the shower, and then I throw my earbuds back in. Yeah.
I listen to my own tapes like Kenny Powers.
Nice. Dude, Kenny Powers is the best.
I'm fucking in, you're fucking out. God damn, that guy. Oh, man. No, listen. Okay, so listen. I think there's something we should do on this Bacon Focus podcast. I think we should have one little thing we do that we all agree on to get our shit together until the next one.
Okay.
And it can be something we all agree on. Maybe we do have to do the same thing. Maybe we don't. But maybe 20 burpees, maybe or some little thing.
10 minutes a day.
You got to listen to stuff in the shower. And it's not like a challenge thing where, okay, somebody else it's got to be super simple, something you want to work on.
Okay.
Okay. Anything, no matter how tiny it is. And we just go, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this one thing. And then we'll just check in next week and be like, all right, did you do it? Did you not do it? What the hell? What do you think?
Is it all going to be the same thing? We're all going to do the same thing?
What do you guys think?
I'm
I
down.
think it should be individualized because we're all trying to work on different shit, right? I mean,
Right.
If Richie's trying to do fitness and Tyler's trying to do financial and Tone's trying to do meditation, let's all pick something different.
Okay. I won't
All right.
remember what it is.
By the way, I did this like a couple years ago. I did 10 push-ups a day for the entire month of December, and like, it's actually like, yeah, you definitely like feel it after you're like, oh yeah, I just did 300 push-ups in a month. I guess
It adds up.
Oh.
Yeah.
It adds
Pretty
up.
cool.
Okay.
So who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
We're gonna get back together next Thursday, right? And after that, I want to go to 2 a week.
Yep.
Okay. 50 burpees a day.
Jesus Christ. Hard to paint.
You gonna take a video of yourself doing this, or we just
you
this
want.
honor system?
Honor system. Jesus, honor system, man.
I mean, like you guys would want to. I mean, one of you guys, if I do 50 burpees and you're filming it, one of you guys is gonna have your pants off, and it's gonna get a little weird.
It's probably gonna be Tanner.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is, but me and Tanner had a man crush the day we met. I mean, come on, it was just you
True.
guys couldn't see it.
Dude,
Richie has a thing for polar bear looking guys.
dude, the first time I ever talked to, by the way, not to derail this, but the first time I ever talked to Rich on the phone, he was like, we were talking and we were like getting this all set up, and then I was like, I was like, yeah, Tanner said something. And he was like, man, I'm gonna adopt that fucker one day.
Get in line, dude. I'm all my buddy's parents' favorite kid.
You took it, and again, you just took the words right. I was like, there's never been a parent that didn't like that kid.
That's right.
My parents, plenty of times, but yeah, all my friends' parents love me.
Yeah, but good when you see good.
Yeah.
Good person.
That's fair.
Person.
I think I thought of mine.
I'll
I think
do 50 burpees a day. Okay.
I'm gonna do 15 minutes of planks total.
A day?
Nope, because I'm going from zero exercise.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start doing planks.
Wait. Here's the thing, though. Okay, so you're doing 15-minute total, but you got it. Here's the thing. I want it to be the smallest thing, the easiest thing. So I want it to be really small, but it's got to be daily for 7 days.
Yep. I'll commit to at least a minute a day.
Okay, so 1 minute a day. So you got 7 minutes of planks in that you didn't have in last week. Okay, you got that. What about you guys? I'm going to not be a dick for 10 seconds.
That's hard to do.
10 seconds in the week.
10 seconds in the week might be a stretch. Shit. I'll do fuck this shit. I'll do 25 burpees and 30 seconds planks a day. That way I'll mix both of yours. Half it.
God damn, son.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna participate in this dick measuring contest. I'm just gonna
It doesn't have to be fitness. I was thinking about maybe doing something like financial or meditation.
I need my fitness to change. That's why I like that.
I'm thinking more along the lines of I ain't gonna take a fucking nap for a week.
There you go.
That's legit.
Okay.
That's legit.
I mean, think about this, though. It could be something as stupid as, okay, how many times has my car been just full of shit? I got a fucking stump grinder motor in the back of my Suburban. I mean, I got been there for 3 months. Okay? And so it's not even put together. I didn't put it back together yet. It's been rolling around in the back of my fucking Suburban but even something like, okay, I'm going to have my car cleaned out and cleaned up in 7 days. Now there's a snowstorm, so that wouldn't count. But things just like that, just little things like that 10 minutes a day that lady did that you want to work in. It might be somewhere around your house. It might be just something stupid as fuck. It might take 1 to 2 minutes a day, but you will move that needle just a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're going to do 25 burpees and
30 seconds of planks
per day.
Each day. Yep.
Okay. Now here's the thing too, with the burpee thing.
Yeah.
You get gassed so fast. You've done them. You get gassed so fast. You don't have to do them all at one time.
Yeah, you just got to do them throughout the day.
10. Right. You're walking to the bathroom, do 10. You're walking to whatever, do 10. You want to flex on the bitch at the mall? Whatever you want to do.
I mean, it might be tough to do burpees in a mask, so I probably wouldn't do it at the mall, but
yeah, it's not a lot of fun. I mean, do what you want at Trader Joe's. I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to kink shame you. How long have we been on here?
Just 90 minutes.
Hour and a half.
No shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep it under an hour.
It's all good.
Well, you can edit out the good parts, right?
Edit out the what?
Edit in the good parts.
Oh shit! The whole thing's a good part.
Oh, good. This was fun, guys. Now that we know each other a little better, this was good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. I just mean that I had a real good time with you guys. Is what I mean. I had a blast. So. Fucking 90 minutes already.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
This happens every time.
Every time. That's why when you were like, "I'm gonna keep it under an hour," I was like, for like the first one.
Okay. No, I'm going to try to keep it under an hour on the next one. Hey, my thing is I'm going to keep all these under an hour for 1 week.
Yeah. That's usually how I preface all of my my love making sessions. I'm just like, I'm going to try to keep it under an hour, okay? But I don't know.
4 hours later.
Look up 4hourslater.com, Tanner. We're going to get one of these. We're going to get one. And we're like, oh, you know who's going to buy it? SpongeBob Company. Oh, no, Brand. He passed away. Okay, maybe not. But 4 hours later. God, it's so funny.
I was late. That's
so funny. Well, do you want to end this, Richie? You can end it with your
$19,000. 4 hours later.
First up, where are you looking these prices up? Where do you
GoDaddy.com?
It actually it just says it on it how much it is.
Yeah, exchange, I think.
If they're for sale.
There's a broker. There's a broker.
Gotcha.
Sometimes they're not for sale.
And other times they're $75,000. And I've heard from a certain person I know that may or may not be at GoDaddy, and their name might not start with a J, that this guy calls up with like some steel company thing, and he's like, it's $75,000. He goes, well, we gotta have it. Bing.
I mean, how? Damn, I gotta start just buying up fucking domain names.
Right.
That's literally
now,
what Richie's been doing.
Shit. It's called Iron Ostrich. You guys might be interested in it.
I mean,
awesome. You know what's funny too, Tanner? I thought to myself, I've seen, I thought to myself, that's how much we trust each other. Like if somebody else had it just for a moment, it'd be like, oh crap, we really can't do shit if this guy wants to be a dick. But I promise you and guarantee you, this is yours, and we'll tomorrow we'll figure it out and put it in your name. I was so busy getting ready for this show.
Okay. I mean,
so we'll hammer it out tomorrow, and it'll be all good and stuff. But I appreciate you trusting me with it and stuff like that. And I'm glad we're all moving forward with some cool shit. I love you guys, and this is great.
I think I'm going to be starting a new documentary series called Domain Hunter. The quest to flip domains to earn $1 million.
Look it up right now.
I can do this.
Domain.com.
Seriously, look it up and buy the fucker.
Dude,
we can negotiate between Domain Hunter and Iron Eagle. Iron
Eagle.
Was Iron Eagle taken? It probably was.
Probably was. I would assume so.
Okay.
Domainhunters.com. $6,095 a year.
A year?
Yeah.
You got to rent that shit?
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. Does Hunter start with an H or a C?
An H.
Which site are you on right now? You're on GoDaddy. You're on GoDaddy.
Oh, is that taken? How much is that?
Hunter, look.
Dude, I'm just going to leave it open from now on.
Dude, look at Kafibi. Is Kafibi in there?
Blowdaddy.com is available. Are you ready for this? Blowdaddy.com is available.
So
$14,969.
$69.
Oh,
all of us right now are going Flow Daddy, Go Daddy, Togue Daddy.
Wish you could negotiate an offer, be all like, I'll offer you $969.
They might just take it.
Right?
They might. That's wild.
Well, guys, listen, I'm going to jump. I got to pee. This has been great. Okay, I'm going to do 50 burpees a day until we talk next Thursday, correct?
Yep.
You're going to do 25 burpees a day in 30 seconds.
That's right.
You are going to do 7 minutes of planks, Tanner, right?
A minute a day.
Tyler, no naps for you.
No naps.
Not one.
Not one.
Okay. Good
It's going to be a tall order.
Okay, so we're going to check in next Thursday, and then after that, we're going to find out a time to go to two of them a week. I appreciate you guys. I'll just say hello after we end this stuff, because I got to go pee.
All right.
I appreciate you guys.
Later.
Yeah.
Later.